I start from the basics. So when I teach something, I teach you, let's say, first alphabets, and then we'll try to come up with few words and we'll construct few sentences. In the same way, when we're starting it, we start from, can you see my screen here, Divya?
Yes.
Okay, we start from BA hierarchy, and probably we're going to discuss something about the career path of a BA here and where you can see yourself in the future and the different roles and designations of a BA. For example, now if you go to Microsoft, okay, Microsoft, they doesn't have a designation as a BA. They will call you as a systems analyst. Okay, now if you go to Google, they'll call you as a process analyst. Now if you go to Bank of America, for example, they'll call you as a team member for business analysis group. Now if you see these designations, these are not standardized across the world. Okay. Now, but if you're going to apply for the BA role, make sure you go based on the job description, not based on the designation.
I see.
So we're going to see those things in detail. And see, you ask anyone, even I said I've been working for multiple projects, right? If you ask anyone, everyone say, hey, I'm working for some XYZ project, I'm working for Microsoft project. Well, what is this project is all about? I'm talking from the IT point of view. Okay? And if you see any successful project, it has a BA and a PM. And where does a project need a project manager and a business analyst? And then let's say a BA role in a product-based or a services-based companies. And then a proposal. When I say proposal, before you understand what we do as part of a BA, as I said before, we will become the face of the company, right? For example, if you're working for a project called, let's say, Teja, okay? You're the BA, you're the one who will interact with the users, right?
Right.
Even though if you're working for an organization called Teja, when a client is talking with you, they'll always feel that they are talking with Teja Technologies or some XYZ company. They'll never say that I'm talking with TPA because you are representing your firm, not as an individual, right?
Right.
So as we are in the client-facing role, it's always the best practice that you need to know how the business works. Okay? So any business, if you see, it starts from a proposal. So we're going to see that few pre-project initiation things, like what is a proposal is all about, then what is a business architecture study of your client, and then what is a feasibility study, and then the most important thing is your CBA, stands for cost benefit analysis. More or less, money is honey. That's what people always say, right?
Right.
Right. Why you here today?
What did I eat today?
No, why you are here today?
Sorry.
That's okay.
To become a business analyst.
Okay. Then? Okay, you got into a BA role. Okay, let's say I'm offering you a BA role. Will you do it for free? Of course, I'm not going to pay you a single penny. Will you do it?
No, of course not.
No. Of course not. We are all here, okay, let's say you thought you can get into the BA role and then more or less we'll get some handsome paychecks, right?
Right.
Right. So that's how it will work. So we're going to see that what is cost benefit analysis is all about, how your clients or your project managers, if somebody assigns this task for you, how we'll come up with the billing rates. So that's what we're going to see here. And the place where we document, the artifact where we document this information is called SOW, stands for Statement of Work. So we'll see that again. And something about SDLC, stands for Software Development Lifecycle or Systems Development Lifecycle, and we have different methodologies here. We will see that in detail, and metrics related to your SDLC, and some quality standards, right? So for example, if you're purchasing, let's say, a washing machine or a refrigerator, you always go with a brand. Right?
Right.
We always buy, let's say, Samsung or LG or some IFB. We'll pick some branded one. Even though, let's say, if your clients, for example, let's say they're going to invest $2 million on this project, okay? And they do actually do the research, whether we deliver the quality products or not, whether we deliver the products on time or not, right? These are the basic questions which will drive their analysis. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Now, how do they know that you deliver quality products? That's what your CMMI is all about. We'll see in detail in our regular sessions. And then something about the
CMMI?
CMMI stands for Capability, Maturity, and Model Integration.
I see.
And something about the domain knowledge, where and how to acquire domain knowledge. we'll see that in detail. And then something about the most important thing for a PA is the stakeholder management. So we start from the scratch again. So we'll see who is the stakeholder and why stakeholder management is so important for a business analyst, and then the requirements engineering part, the way you define a requirement, and then the way you gather a requirement, and what are the techniques in gathering a requirement, and then something about requirement analysis, and something about the way you categorize the requirements at hand and prioritization, a little about the requirement stability index, and something about JAD sessions. JAD stands for Joint Application Design or Development. And there are a few common acronyms here if you see. Stands for URD, BRD, CRD. Or URD stands for User Requirement Document, or a Business Requirement Document, or a Customer Requirement Document. TRD stands for Technical Requirement Document. FRD stands for Functional, and FSD stands for Functional Specification Document. And then something about writing an effective use case, which is a part of this particular document. Now these are the different names for the same document. So we'll see what is this. See, every organization will come up with their own fancy name. Okay, like our designations. For example, if you see my previous designation, in my last project, it's something like metadata management and data governance analyst. Such a lengthy one, like a degree, but still I perform the same BA roles and responsibilities. So like this, these artifact names will vary based on the project. We will look into that in detail. With use cases. So again, this is a small section which comes under your PRD. We will see that in detail there. Something about, as you said before, we are not technical guys, okay? We are the functional architects, in other words. So we'll see what are these functional explanation sessions are. And as a PA, you are expected to perform a little bit of testing, the QA stuff. Okay, nobody expects you to do the hardcore testing, but at least you need to know the test procedures. So we're going to see what are these testing things are. So we'll see the testing from the basics. So we'll see what is verification, what is a validation, what are the different types of testing existing in the market, and as a PA, what do we do, and what is a UAT, stands for user acceptance testing, and then what is a change request, what is a defect, if there are multiple change requests at your workplace, how will you handle it, if you're unable to deliver something, then how to communicate with your clients, and then what is an RTM, stands for requirements traceability matrix, and something about CR log, stands for change request log, and the most important thing is UML, stands for unified modeling language. And there are almost 9 diagrams which comes under UML. We'll see what are these 9 diagrams are, and the utility of these diagrams. And the most important is BA tools. So we'll discuss in detail about what are all the tools and how you are going to explore. There are going to be a couple of assignments in the regular sessions where you will play around with these tools and see how the UI is, how you can actually do some flowcharts or the basic modeling stuff using any of these tools. And something about KOM, stands for kickoff meeting. This is a template we'll discuss in detail. And something about wireframes or mockups or prototypes. Now, these are again a part of a Microsoft Visio. We will see what is a wireframe, what is a mockup, and a prototype. And these are for the freshers. I actually kept it here. Like what is a conference call, how to write a business email, what is a chat summary, what is a minutes of meeting MOM, and what is a WSR, stands for weekly status report, and something about the risk management thing. A little bit of project management stuff you need to know. So we'll see what is risk management is all about, and how we identify a risk, and how we come up with a contingency or a mitigation plan, and then what is a gap analysis is all about. I think that as is and to be, and something about the versioning and repositories, the way we manage the documents, and something about code plating, and all the CMMI level 5 standard templates I will share with you, and case studies, nothing but assignments which I give in the regular sessions, and finally the resume services and mock interviews if required. Now this is the entire course content, and if you ask me, if you see this entire thing, it will hardly take let's say 20 to 25 hours of time normally, if you ask me, but those were the days I deliver the same content for more than 50 hours. So it all depends on you, or the people who will be in our regular sessions. So the more you ask questions, the more I can deliver.
Okay.
It's more like a discussion rather than I'm delivering something, I'm downloading something here and you're trying to understand what it is. It is not going to work in that way. It's more like a classroom training. I'm going to write each and everything in detail on a Word document, and I hardly take classes using the PPT. And once we're done with that, I will forward the same Word document to your email ID and any supporting documents required for that particular session.
I see. And one more thing. Since I see this session is being recorded, will I get the copy of that?
Yes, you will.
Oh, okay. Okay. And you said how many days?
It's not actually days. It all depends on our timings. See, I'm actually moving to New York in the early November, sometime in first week of November. So if you want to start it, and I will check with the other inquiries as well. If I have any other inquiries, probably I will try to club and I will start a new session. What time zone you're in?
Well, I'm on Eastern time.
You're in EST, so it is currently 9:30 in the morning for you.
Oh no, it's almost 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, okay, yeah, 6:30, 2.5 hours. Okay. But what time? What are the feasible timings for you?
Well, it's 9 o'clock in the morning right now. But if it can be like 8 o'clock in the evening, then that would be perfect for me.
8 in the evening, right?
Right.
If it is 8 in the evening, which will be.
If you are in India, then probably it would be your morning.
Right. Perfect. It's my morning. Now, I can start a session at 8:30.
Okay.
But the thing is, I already initiated this session, let's say, 5 days ago, which means I've just taken 1 hour of session. So 5 hours of session we have done so far. I almost have 3 ladies in that batch.
Okay.
So if you're open, I can take those backup sessions for you, and I can keep you with them. Or I am actually going to start a new training batch, which is at 8 in the morning my time, which will be 10:30 in the evening your time. I'm not sure whether that works for you or not.
Is that going to be for 2 hours?
It's gonna start from the beginning, probably from tomorrow or from day after tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, it will be for 1.5 hours. Let's say 1.5 hours, closely.
That would be from 10:30 to 11:30 or 12 o'clock.
Yeah. Or if you're open to sit a couple of hours, I can take the backup sessions for you, and I can keep you with them in the other batch.
Okay, and the other batch, what time is that?
It's at 6 in my morning, which will be 8:30 in the evening for you.
Okay, that would work perfect for me. It's just that I have a small baby. He is 5 months old, so it's.
Yeah, I can understand.
8:30 session. If it's 8:30, then how soon are we going to start?
We do have a session right in the morning tomorrow.
Okay.
Which means today evening your time.
But you already have given 2 classes, right?
I already given almost close to 4 classes to them. So these are all the things which I have discussed. It's like their session is just for 1 hour. So let's say in other words I've discussed 4 hours. So these are all the things. These are the basics again. So we're going to start the requirements for them. So this is what I suggest if you're open to do it at the earliest. You can be a part of today's 8:30 session, 8:30 in the evening session, and I can take this backup session sometime this weekend for you. So we discussed so far. These are the things we discussed. See my screen here?
Yeah, until the statement of work.
Yeah. And I gave an overview on SDLC as well.
So you haven't
or
started
if you wanna
yet?
No, I am going to start today evening your time, I'm going to start requirements for them. This is a part I'm going to start for them. But if you want to do it in a regular session, as of now, anytime my evening, which will be your morning, might be a little difficult for you. I'm not sure if you're working somewhere. If not, we can do in this particular time zone or sometime a little late night. Because it's today's 18th. I might be traveling sometime this month end or 1st or 2nd of November. Probably once I'm there in New York, we can again discuss and I can take a session. Or we will be in the same time zone. Not wrong.
I'm thinking, but if it's a new batch, you will be starting 2 to 3 days from now, right?
I'm going to start from day after tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the new batch. I think since it's going to be for 27 to 20 hours totally, you said, so I think I will manage that somehow.
Okay, that sounds perfect. Sure, then I will update the BigClasses guys about the meeting ID and the other stuff. So you'll get a new meeting ID and they will let you know how to record your own session. Okay. So you will get a copy of the...
Okay, I have one more question.
Yes, please go ahead.
Since I was going through BA stuff, I found out that I am required to get some of the tools, right? At least have some idea about the tools.
See, let me tell you something very clear. The most important tool, if you want to become a BA, are your Microsoft Word and Excel.
Okay.
Okay. Apart from it, you need to know one modeling tool, that is Microsoft Visio. Now, if you purchase it, that will cost you somewhere close to $600. But I have a copy available. It's a breakdown one. You have Microsoft Visio by any chance?
Yes, I have it. My husband has it, so yes.
Okay.
But I was worried about the rational rows and Requisite Pro and stuff like that.
Okay, those tools you can't actually access it from home because they, for example, for Requisite Pro, you need to have a database. It actually works from a server point of view.
I see.
So rational rows is similar like your Visio. It's a modeling tool.
Okay.
Okay. So either you need to know Enterprise Architect or SmartDraw or Visio or rational rows. See, even though we are in the IT industry, the way the things work here is like divide and rule policy.
Okay.
Okay. So not all the organizations are loyal to Microsoft. Right. So the best saying is your enemy's enemy is your best friend. Okay. Right. So people who are actually not loyal to Microsoft, they actually go with Microsoft enemy. That's IBM. IBM has come up with rational tool now. Now, if you see in the market, for example, if Microsoft comes with one tool, IBM will come up with a similar tool. Now, in Microsoft, we have a tool called Visio, and in IBM, we have something called rational rows. In Microsoft, we have something called a SharePoint for your version maintenance, and in with IBM, you have something called something called Clear Quest.
Clear Quest, yes, I have heard of that.
So this is how the entire business works. So until unless you're getting into an IBM loyal firm where you're going to deal with the rational tools. So Rational is an organization which has been acquired by IBM. So they actually changed the name as IBM Rational Rows. So they just kept the IBM in front. So any tool which actually designed and developed by Rational, recently they changed the name to IBM Rational Tools.
Okay.
So yeah, I will, if you have an issue, that's more than enough. And there are a few open source tools. I'll help you out how to download and how to explore.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any other questions to me?
Okay. So our next step is going to be...
Our next step is going to be, we're going to start the sessions from the scratch. And I will update the BigClasses guys regarding the timings and the meeting details. Okay. And they will forward it to you.
Okay. So it is for sure day after tomorrow you are going to start a new batch, right?
I am positive. It's 90%. Yep. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. If you don't have any other questions, that's all for the day from my side.
Well, I do not have any at the moment, but you will be sending me the slides again?
I am. Any sort of material you required for regular sessions. Again, a small update. Now, the entire contents of what you see on my screen now, this is something like a package. Okay. For example, let's say we both are at one place and we are damn hungry and we order a pizza. Okay. Until the pizza gets delivered, the pizza, we are not sure what slice you're going to eat and what slice I'm going to eat. Right?
Right.
It's going to work in the same way. So it varies from organization to organization. But when I think about a layman, let's say if a layman wants to become a BA, what sort of skill set they require, that's what I kept it here.
Okay.
But you're hardly going to implement, let's say, 30 or a maximum 40% out of it. But we never know what is the 30 or what is the 40%. Right?
Yeah.
That's the reason we're going to go with all the topics.
Right.
We have just mentioned.
In between the sessions, is there a way you can at least, like mention, or do you mention something like this is important for the interview and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I do that, and I have a dedicated, I'm a core BA, so if you ask me, so don't worry about that. I have a dedicated documents for you to read and understand the interview Q&A questions and answers.
Right, I have. It seems like, since I am getting into a BA and I have a little bit of idea about BA, but I have lots of questions about BA. So I think your class it is going to answer a lot of my questions. So
I am going to answer. No worries about it. Yeah.
Okay, Teja. So someone will be sending me the link, right?
Yeah, the BigClasses team will forward the credentials, the login, meeting ID, and the timings.
Okay.
Timings are positive. It will be around 9:30 CST, so which will be 10:30 EST.
Okay.
My morning 8 o'clock until I'm in India.
Okay. Okay, that works.
All right then.
Okay.
Talk to you soon then. You have a good day.
Okay. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.